Is it recording me? Good. Okay. Here we have a Sun SPARCserver 630MP with 240 MHz processors, which are some kind of Cypress ROS thing. I don't know, CY605 I think, 40 meg and 64 meg of RAM. This is I think it's a 20-inch monitor with a Sun badge on it. It's a Sony monitor. Slippers. And here we have my SPARCserver, the 630MP, missing its lid. Unfortunately, it's never had it, and it's suffered a power supply failure. I don't know if you can see all that stuff down there. Over here the power supply should be installed, but this whole thing is open, and there's the lid. And I've installed that gold box there, which is a rather low spec standard PC ATX power supply, which can't supply the current demanded by the SPARCserver, so occasionally it makes a very strange chuffing sound, and if it does that I usually hit the power switch immediately to turn it off. Here we have that's a 1 gig SCSI drive. This really should all be inside the thing, but I've just added everything on. So that's a Sony CD-ROM, and I communicate with this device through this basic terminal. This is a ThinkPad running Knoppix, and if you see when I switch it on, here we go. Just check that no smoke's coming out. That's good. Something should shortly appear. That says executing startup script done. Over here you will shortly see some mush appear. There you go. Yeah, when I had the accident with the power supply, what happened was the standard Sun power supply blew a capacitor due to insect infestation. Spiders got in there and they made a complete mess of it, and when I was trying to clean it, unfortunately I forgot to let it dry. I'm not very good with these things. I don't really know why. I mean, look at all this stuff. These are all projects that are that over there is my wardrobe. Must just not show that. But no, these are projects that are in the process of happening. That's a video recorder. Okay, you can now see that it has executed its startup script, and I can type on here and you'll see something will happen. I'll just pause it a sec. I've now transferred control to the terminal, which is an old IBM ThinkPad that somebody threw away, and now I have control. Great. On here. And usually what I do is I boot Solaris, or sorry, I should say SunOS, off the disk, off the internal disk. Although I could also boot NetBSD and any other number of operating systems over the network, and it seems to run absolutely fine over the net. Probably better than it runs off the disks, which is not really surprising considering that I've just the sort of bolt-on nature of everything with this system. That came out of my Amiga, you see, it hasn't got a proper enclosure. So I'll do boot disk, and you can hear you'll hear the disk spin up. There are two of them. It's terribly dusty, isn't it? Everything gets covered in dust in this place. Something should happen. At last. There's the usual warning about the ROS CPU. I can't upgrade. I haven't got any money. And it's 2012. Sun don't exist anymore. That's another reason why I can't upgrade. Yeah. Stop whinging, Lex. These CPUs run absolutely fine in SMP mode if I run NetBSD4. NetBSD4 has got full SMP support. NetBSD5 unfortunately hasn't, but they promise that they'll get it working again. It's much easier for me to run NetBSD than it is to run Sun OS. It's now making a squeaking sound. Oh, it's called Sparrowhawk. I always give my computer silly names, usually long ones. So here we have Sparrowhawk. The power supply is now making a squeaking sound. And I'm going to end the video in a minute, because this isn't very interesting. I wanted to show you a desktop, so hang on a sec, I'll just pause it. Let's just wait a second. Oh my goodness, something's going on there. Lots of clicking. Okay. Ah, this is a shame. That's the login screen, and that is what it looks like now. There should be a box in the center here. You can just about see the logo at the top. It says something like "Welcome to Open Windows," but as you can see, it's mush. And this is what it should look like. Now looking at my password. It's a very simple system. There's just an X term. And if I right click, you get the menus appearing. Oh, this is strange. You have to press the right mouse button to select, which is opposite to the way it usually works. Help! What am I doing? Ah, yes. I've got the file manager. This is just brilliant. I love this thing. Yeah, you can see all my music and stuff. This is all about, I've got to say, it's all about 8 years old, all this stuff. Birdhouse in Your Soul, yeah. I would be able to play that if I had the audio hooked up, but I don't currently. The sound capabilities of the 630MP are limited to 8 kHz monaural sound, but I've converted these over anyway, because it sounds quite funny when I've got a speaker hooked up to it. So if I quit, yeah. Now I just want to get a game or something, some sort of demonstration. I don't think it's got a web browser. It does have a performance meter. Which is like kind of Okay, what did I just do? This is good, I've never seen this before. So I don't know what I'm doing. Just now 2 performance meters appeared when I was trying to load a single one, because I wasn't looking at that corner of the screen. And you can switch it between, as you can see, packets, of which there will be many, because this is going across the network, so there will be an absolute ton of network activity. Paging is useful, so I can see what the system load is, and so is interrupts as well. There should be quite a lot of those because of the Ethernet. Yeah, there is. I think that's just about it. I'm just trying to think of something else I could show. There isn't a web browser on here. The audio tool was quite good, but there's no sound hooked up, so I can't show you that. So I'll just zip back into the other room. Some more junk. That's a Spectrum. Sinclair Spectrum 48K with a converted keyboard. Amiga 1200 with a CF card drive on it. What else have we got? Junk, EPC. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to show you for now. See, there's a lot of network activity happening. Oh, and I forgot to show you these. The LEDs. They're quite magnificent. Whoop. That's your lot. Hope you enjoyed.